Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by PFL lightweight Alfie Davis ahead of his June 20th semi-final matchup with Brent Primus. Alfie, how are we doing today, brother?
So yeah, enjoying camp slightly, ready for it to end. But yeah, all good. Just put the kids to bed. So yeah, ready to relax a little bit after this interview.
Obviously, we've got about 3 weeks to go now to the fight, a little bit under. You say camp is camp. How's it going? How's the body feeling going into this one?
Yeah, it's been peculiar because I've not really done a back-to-back camp like this before. So um, yeah, it's a bit peculiar because I've kept my weight down, not because I've had to. Normally, I like to eat some fried chicken and drink a lot of beer. So it's been good because I'm looking at normally I have about a week of looking good with my top off, but now it's been for a while. I'm like, yeah, I'm walking around the house with the top off a bit more. And then yeah, but camp it's been good in like my coaches are quite experienced in knowing when I'm too fatigued. So definitely I've suffered from that in the past. It's just been overworking, but this one I've just been sort of going with the flow and trusting my instincts really.
And has there had to be a lot of adjustments that you've made compared to previous camps? Because, like you mentioned there, I mean, you only fought, I think, a month ago in April. I mean, it's such a quick turnaround. I know you've mentioned in the past you've wanted to fight in a tournament for a while. Is it now you're here? Is there had to been adjustments for you in camp?
I mean, yeah, I think the way that you periodize the body is sort of different. Normally, like 8 week camp, there would be a peak at the end where you peak the body out. And I definitely did that for my last fight, but then coming off this one to try and stay peaked, it can definitely, I think, cause a lack of performance. So I sort of settled down for the initial part and then started ramping it up again the last few weeks to hopefully rev the engine again and get it ready to go. But yeah, I think the main thing is not overworking. That's what my instincts are telling me because I could have definitely gone back into this camp and been like, "Well, I've only got 6 weeks to go. Let's just work, 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 work," and I think my performance would lack because of that.
Yeah, and you mentioned there the previous fight. I mean, your performance against Clay Collard, I thought was the best of your career. Obviously, such an experienced guy in Bellator and now PFL, such a great grappler, and you defended the takedowns beautifully. And obviously, the finish was the finish, just the perfect spinning elbow. How happy were you with that performance and looking back on that night?
Yeah, I was buzzing. It was yeah. That's exactly what you want as a fighter. You want a quick day at the office and a knockout. That's exactly what you want. So I achieved it on that night, and yeah, it's been a long time coming because yeah, I didn't have a knockout for a while, and yeah, so I'm pleased because before that fight leading up to it, I slightly changed my style, and it allowed me to basically bang a bit more. I know there wasn't much time in that fight to show the new style, but I think this fight could definitely show that style. And just even in the first minute and a half of the fight, I was hitting him with some big shots. So I hit him with a nice head kick. And then yeah, so I think it's a good sign for the future, and it sort of reinforced what I've been practicing the last 4 months.
And heading into this one, it feels like a very similar matchup. Obviously, Brent Primus, another experienced guy with so many fights in major promotions. And he fights in a very similar way. It feels like he likes to put guys up against the cage. Great grappler, really good pressure fighter. Do you think it's a similar sort of game plan heading into this one? Obviously, without giving anything away.
Well, Clay actually liked to box a lot more. I know he did try to grapple me. He does try to grapple a little bit sometimes, but he's actually more of a boxer. But Brent is he's quite specific in what he does. He likes to take the back. Um, and if he can't get the back, then he'll like try and jump guard. He's very jujitsu based. Not to say that he can't strike, because he can strike, but he's just not that great. And in terms of game plan, it's pretty straightforward. I think we both know what we want to do. I'm going to be trying to keep on the feet. He's going to be trying to drag it to the floor. So it's a typical striker versus grappler matchup, and yeah, I think on the floor, I think that I can surprise him. I don't think he's as tight as definitely some of the guys that I've been training with, and I think that my jiu-jitsu has been underrated over the years. And if he does drag it down, then I think he's going to be surprised.
And you mentioned there the guy you're training with. I mean, Great Britain top team. You guys just have such an incredible gym over there. From your coaches like Brad Pickett, Ashley Grimshaw, and then all the guys you have in that gym, from Lonnie to Nathaniel Wood to Joanne Scott to yourself. I mean, is the camp almost sometimes harder than the actual fight? Those rounds you're doing in the gym, I imagine, are pretty intense with those guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, camp generally is like that for most of the time. You should be putting yourself in dangerous situations. Yeah, if you can lose in the gym and perform on the night, that's I think that's best. That's the best procedure. So yeah, I've definitely been going through it this camp with some guys that have been trying to replicate what he does under conditions that might not occur on the night. So it's definitely, yeah, sometimes you just got to stay true to your skill set, because it can be sometimes you're beating yourself up, but you got to take a look back and realize what's happening in the sessions. But yeah, GB top team, there's some, again, very grappling based gym, with Brad coming with his wrestling background. um English, all English wrestler, but you see what he did to yeah, Demetrius Johnson, and Brad was a great wrestler, MMA wrestling, and I think that's what GB is definitely. Especially the guys there, they're very good MMA style wrestlers, like very good on the cage, very good at mixing it up with striking. So I think it's definitely aided my game in using those guys, and yeah, defensively, I think I'm in good stead.
And heading into this one, how much help does it give you having had that previous experience of sort of being the crowd's antagonist, almost, if you like, heading over to America and against American that we know the crowd's going to be behind Brent on the night? Does that kind of give you a help already facing that a month ago?
Yeah, to be fair, I fought a hostile crowd before, and it sort of threw me off. But for some reason, on that night, I find it sort of funny, and it did gear me up. So I think it's going to gear me up again, because I quite enjoy facing, yeah, and proving people wrong. That's something that I've always tried to do throughout my life. So I think if I can, yeah, hopefully they're going to be behind him, and I can prove them wrong again.
And with your style, I mean, you can throw any shot that you can think of on the feet. We've seen obviously the axe kick KO, now your nickname a back kick KO, the spinning elbow KO. I mean, the list goes on. Is it sometimes difficult for you in the moment to try and not throw just big shots, especially against a guy like Brent, who, like we know, is going to try and take you down to the ground?
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, it's a double edged sword, really, because if I don't throw him, then I'm sort of stuck in the mud, and he can see, like, he can set up his shots. But if I do throw him, I'm elusive. I'm hard to see. I can throw him, and they come out of nowhere, and that is probably one of my strong suits. So that is definitely a battle that you have to do as a elusive striker: is know when to sit down and be defensive, and know when to throw it, all of your fancy stuff. But I feel like, especially against Brent, I feel like my scrambling ability it will be good enough that even if he does take me down, I don't think he's going to keep me down. So I feel like I'm just going to be able to throw the kitchen sink at him, and, like, if he does want to take me down, great, I'm going to get back up. So yeah, good luck, Brent, because I'm going to be throwing everything at him.
Well, as a fan, that's very exciting to hear, man. And obviously, like I said, you've wanted a tournament for a long time. Now you're in it, and you've got this semi-final matchup, a chance to go into the final and fight for, I mean, a big prize. How exciting are you, and how proud are you to be in this position finally? Because you've really deserved this and earned this over a long career.
Yeah, yeah, something I've been asking for ages. So yeah, I think this will be the pinnacle of my career. If I can win this tournament, I think this is me reaching the mountaintop. So I'm definitely going out there to yeah, sort of put a stamp on my career. And as you said, I feel like I have deserved it. I've been competing in martial arts for 20 years now. Started at the tender age of 12, and yeah, been competing at a high level for GB and kickboxing, then moved over, turned professional. So it's been a hard road getting here, but I definitely feel like yeah, I can really put a stamp on it.
And obviously, you've had so much experience in major promotions from KSW to Bellator, which is now obviously PFL joined up. Fighting in the PFL, how different of an experience is it compared to those other ones? And how good has it been for you to make this move?
Yeah, I think, again, I've been fighting Bellator for years now. I think it's 7 years. So to look back at the other promotions is quite peculiar, but it's just a bit more well run, and you get paid more money, so yeah, that's better. And also, yeah, the viewership, you do get more views than fighting on the smaller shows. But when you're in a cage against someone that's trying to take your head off, it's kind of similar. I don't really get the sort of big promotion jitters like I did at the start. Now it's just sort of another day at the office.
Well, Alfie, I can't thank you enough for your time today. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you, mate. Best of luck June 20th. I'll be rooting for you, and I'm sure the rest of England will as well. So thank you
Yeah,
very much for
lovely.
your time, man.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Cheers, buddy.